Um, had to reload it. All right. Welcome to Headline Hits with LW. It is Monday, start of the week, Monday, October the 17th, 2022. Some things going on in the news I thought I would bring to your attention. You guys take it for what it's worth. And here's some breaking news for you guys. So, here very soon, you're going to see a new YouTube channel. It's going to be called LWN Reloaded. If you're part of the email notification group, I will send out the link to that new channel, LWN Reloaded, and I'll send out the link, and you guys can subscribe to that. With YouTube taking us down off of all these other YouTube channels that we have, I kind of need to refresh things a little bit and get away from these things that we're tied to here because it's making it too easy for them to take us down. So I created a new email account, a new channel, and I will be putting that link out here really soon within the next 24 hours. If you guys would like to share that out, subscribe to it, that'd be great. We'll probably end up having to move over there. So that's breaking news here at LWN. Um, Things are heating up, and we've got to be really careful about the language that we use. Why am I saying that? Well, if we start talking about anything that has to do with the V word, um, dang, I hate talking in code, which happens to do with November the 3rd, November the 8th, the things that go on that date. They want to take you down because they do not want you talking about that for any reason. No matter what you say, they do not want you talking about that. They don't want you talking about that wave that we keep talking about. I can't even call out the color of that wave because they want to take you down because that relates to things. And um, I just can't use certain language. It's getting so tough with the censorship that we just got to be cautious about what we say and what we talk about. But so we all know that we need to get out there and do the V come November because it's very important. And I've heard that there are a lot of people that are choosing not to. And let me tell you this: if you guys choose not to do that, you're basically throwing a V over for the Biden administration. I'm just telling you that right now. Now, will there be a midterm? I don't know. It very well could be canceled, but you need to prep and prepare to go down and do your civic duty, regardless of what other people are telling you. Prepare to do your civic duty, please, in November. Unless something pops off and they cancel it, then that's something entirely different. But for those people out there that are just saying, "I'm not going to do it," it doesn't count. The machines are there, blah blah blah. Man, I'm telling you what, that's not a great idea. I'm just throwing that out there. All right, here we go. Let's hit the headlines for this morning. Let's talk about CT or CRT. I know I always get those letters mixed up, but in the midst of countries out there talking about nuke this, nuke that, and all the stuff that's going on in our world today, open borders at our southern border, this current clown administration, they can't talk about any of those issues. They keep talking about stuff that doesn't matter. Critical race theory touted in the Biden administration national security strategy. So instead of us having foreign policy strategies about what's going on over in Russia and the Ukraine, what's going on over in China, Taiwan, we're worried about critical race theory. The Biden clown administration national security strategy, a document that typically outlines a new administration's foreign policy, guiding principles, goals, and inclusion or or goals and aspirations, touted the importance of diversity, equality, and inclusion, or DEI, a term encapsulating programs and training based on critical race theory, which has the roots of Marxism. Sorry. So this clown and his administration and his puppet masters, all they're pushing right now is climate change, energy revolution. They're not worried about any of the threats to America. And this is very telling what's going on in our world today and what's going on here in our country. If you guys want to catch this article, you can in Breitbart. It talks about, well, we'll just talk about Representative Jim Banks, who is a Republican out of Indiana, ranking member of the House Armed Service Subcommittee on Cyber Innovation Technologies and Information Systems, said in a statement to Breitbart News. At the same time that the resident is recklessly warning of nuclear war, Joey Dimes' national security strategy is focused on promoting diversity and inclusion and claims climate change is the greatest shared threat to the world. Biden's wokeness is America's weakness. And I agree with that statement wholeheartedly, 100%. So while the world is up in arms, flames everywhere, talks of nukes everywhere, this current clown administration is more worried about climate change and diversity than addressing the issues on our southern border and addressing world policies with everything going on in Russia and the Ukraine. All right, next headline here. Let's talk about this. I want you guys to pay attention to this because we are weeks away from the V in November. Okay, we're weeks away, days away. And I'm telling you, they're going to try to sneak this in. Biden pushes assault weapons ban after juvenile allegedly kills 5 with a shotgun. Now, this hits home for me, folks. My youngest daughter is a senior in high school now in North Dakota. And Friday, the school got locked down because there was a threat that was called into the school, and they locked the school down. Now, my dad was telling me that this is going on all across America right now, whether they're legitimate threats or they're pranks, whatever you want to call them. That's happening across the nation right now in high schools and elementaries all over the country. And it is my opinion that they're doing this on purpose because they are days away from the V in November and they're wanting to push an assault weapons ban, and they want to claim that this is going to protect our children. Listen to me, folks. This is what they're going to do. That is why it's so important that your V counts and that you get out there and do that, because if not, you're going to allow this corrupt government to go out there and push bills on the American people that we don't want. Yeah, they're corrupt. Yes, there is things that happen in 2020 that we're all aware of. I can't even speak frankly about it because I'll get booted off of here, but you know what I'm talking about. It starts with a C, and it deals with the machines. But listen, there are so many people awake now. There's so many people that are going to be paying attention, have their cell phones out, recording. There are legislatures that have made huge strides in the last 12 months to correct those issues. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying it's a perfect plan, but what I'm saying is what we've got to work with right now, and we can't throw in the towel. Please do not throw in the towel. All right. Arizona Republican Kerry Lake, one of my favorite, vows to protect children from CRT and cross-sex curriculum. So I just think that this woman is an absolute warrior. Senator Wendy Rogers is also another warrior out of Arizona. Jeff Zink is a warrior out of Arizona. There's so many people stepping up in the great state of Arizona right now. I like to highlight these people. So from Phoenix, Arizona, Arizona's Republican gubernatorial nominee Kerry Lake told Breitbart News during an exclusive interview that if elected, she will be committed to protecting children from CRT and cross-gender curriculum. These are the type of people that we need to be voting for, folks. And I just said the V word. I'm not kidding. You can't even say the V word, because if you even say that V word, they want to take you down. But we need to be making our choice for America first, for God first, America first, and patriots out there that want to protect our children from indoctrination, and Kerry Lake is one of those people. So for those of you, and I've got a lot of people that watch us in Arizona, I know you support her. Continue to support her. Continue to put her message out. All right, Democrat Abigail Spanberger skips debate after joining lawmakers seeking to jail parents who do not affirm transgender children. So now you're seeing this is widespread now all across the nation. Almost every Democrat out there is refusing to debate their Republican counterparts. Why is that? Well, of course, they use the experience of MAGA Republican and extremist and conspiracy theorist and all this absolute nonsense so that they don't have to go toe to toe with any of these other candidates. It's again, it's Joe Biden's basement campaign that he ran in 2019, and you can't tell me for 1 second that a man who hid in the basement beat a man who was out there 5, 6, and 7 times a day holding rallies that were 10, 20, 50, 60,000 people across America who supported him 100%. Not buying it, never will, not going to support that, going to continue no matter how many times YouTube takes us down to support the truth and to put out the truth. So this candidate right here is supporting them going after parents. Representative Abigail Spanberger, a Democrat from Virginia, skipped the debate against her Republican challenger after joining lawmakers pushing to jail parents who will not affirm children's transgender identities. This is what parents are up against. And I'm not even reading chat right now, but I would imagine there's comments going on in the chat. Take your kids out of school, take your kids out of school. Yes, I agree with those comments. If you can afford to, if you can help mentor and teach your kids from home, I totally agree with those statements. But I also want to say for the parents who can't do it, because it requires two incomes to pay the bills, because you guys got to realize this. For those of you who are retired and don't have kids at home and say, take your kids out of school, take your kids out of school, take your kids out of school. Listen, there are a lot of parents out there that can't afford to do that. I can tell you right now, it's pretty much taken two parents to work to pay the bills across America because of the 40-year high inflation, the Biden inflation, and the high gas prices that are plaguing each and every American here. But this is what you're going to have to do. If you are a parent that can't afford to homeschool your kids, you're going to have to get involved in your kids' education. Every parent out there, including myself, has to get involved in your kids' education. You're going to have to show up at these school board meetings. You're going to have to vote school board members out and get the right people in to take care of that. And I just said the V word again. Um, this just really stinks, to be honest with you. All right, let's hit the next headline. This was something I found very interesting. Keon West to acquire social media platform Parler. Now, if you guys remember last year when the censorship really went into full force, a lot of us left certain platforms, jumped over to Parler. I mean, Parler absolutely blew up. I think Parler was down for 5 days because their servers could not handle the millions and millions of patriots out there that were signing up for Parler and using Parler. Now, I have to say, when I first signed up for Parler after they got through all those bugs, it was actually a very good platform. I'm still there. I just don't use it because not a lot of people are there. But Keon West will buy out free speech friendly social media platform Parler in a wake to his Twitter and Instagram accounts being suspended, according to multiple reports on Monday. So it looks like Mr. West here is looking to buy his voice because he also is being censored everywhere he goes. Is he going to purchase Parler and make it better than what it is now? Very possible. We're going to see what the future holds for Mr. West. All right. I heard this over the weekend. It's totally disgusting. This is inappropriate, to say the least. I just don't even know why parents would put their children in any close proximity of this pedo. All right. Joe Biden grabs a young girl's shoulders and tells her, no serious guys until 30. Why is that, Joe? Are you planning to have relations with this girl underage, or your son, or anyone that you're connected with? What is up with this hair sniffing, inappropriate touching person who is the resident of the United States, the clown of the United States, and why is he allowed to touch children? Resident Joe Biden appeared to get a little too personal while posing for pictures with young girl and her friends on Friday. Now, a very important thing I told my daughters and my granddaughters: no serious guys until you're 30. Yeah, Joe, we know what you've done with your relatives and with other females out there. Heck, even your daughter says that you were touching her inappropriately. And I believe there was also reference to the shower as well. Why is this person right here the representative of the United States of America? Not for me, not for you, but the world is seeing this. What I don't, whatever you believe, you can believe it's an actor, you can believe whatever you want, but the fact of the matter is, this person right here is still representing the United States of America right now. And it is absolutely disgusting. Here's the TikTok or the Twitter video of this. If you guys want to check it, you can catch it on um, pretending, acting, whatever you want to call it, representing the United States of America. All right, here is something I thought I would bring to your attention. We've been talking about it a lot. Platforms all over the world are talking about what's going on the world stage. So the U.S. B-52 Stratega Force bombers to lead NATO nuclear drills over Europe. I found this to be a very interesting article. You can catch it in Breitbart. So the B-52 bombers will lead fighter jets from Belgium, Germany, and 12 other countries across Europe's skies on annual nuclear exercises Monday, amid reports Russia has increased the number of strategic bombers close to its border with NATO member state Norway. So even though this is technically, and I know the critics out there, they're a joke, but they like to try to debunk all this crap. I know, I just read it. It says this is an annual nuclear exercise, but how convenient is it happening right now? How convenient. But hey, no coincidences here. It's just all conspiracy theory, right? The annual NATO training is going ahead despite raising fears that President Vladimir Putin might consider a real nuclear strike in the Ukraine. Now, I got contacted just a short little bit ago. Jeff B was telling me that people inside the Ukraine are being told to evacuate immediately, to leave their belongings behind and get out of the Ukraine. Now, what does that mean? It could mean a variety of different things. You know that Russia is getting ready to bring in 120,000 troops. The bombing continues in the Ukraine from Russia. Is there a possibility of them using unconventional methods in Ukraine? I believe that threat is real, and I believe it's there. So up to 60 aircraft are taking part in training flights alongside the American long-range subsonic jet-powered strategic bombers over Belgium and the North Sea and Britain to the U.S. nuclear bombers based in Europe, Rutgers reported. Now, we also said last night that North Korea is getting ready to do a nuclear test. All this stuff is starting to add up, folks. That's all I'm bringing to your attention. Is God there to protect us? Absolutely. I believe that. But we can't just stick our heads in the sand and just pretend like this stuff is not going on. So here's the information. Do with it what you will. Just a lot going on. I find it very concerning, and I'm going to pay attention to it. I'm not burying my head in the sand for anybody. So that's it for today for the headline hits. I've got a great show planned for tonight. So if you guys want to join us tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the big show, we'd love to have each and every one of you. Love you. God bless. And we will catch you on the next one.